Next up on today's show, thanks to our mates at Niedercar, we've got a taste of nostalgia drag racing, Masterton Motorplex style. It's Dragstalgia. But the weekend wasn't all about the numbers on the quarter. The event also marking MMP's 20th anniversary.
Yeah, originally we started behind me on the aerodrome. We used to run 1/8 mile drags there for a few years, and then we stepped up to 1/4 mile, and then we could see there was a need a long time afterwards to build a purpose-built facility. I'd like to point out this is the second only purpose-built facility in New Zealand, so we're pretty chuffed to get it. It wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Trust House and the Eastern and Central and the Masterton District Council. They were the funders behind it. We had to raise 1.5 million to build it, so yeah, they pretty well combined gave us all that money, and at the end of it we only had a little bit to find ourselves on the hard graft sort of thing.
Work on the track got underway in 2012 and it was officially opened early in 2014. The 1/4 mile or 400 metre strip actually measures 900 metres from a construction perspective when you factor in staging and runoff areas, while the strip is also a generous 20 metres wide. And that unique braking area. It can play tricks on the eyes.
Down the end, it looks like it's going downhill, but hey, I can take it from me, it's dead level, but we got to a point where we couldn't go any lower, you know? And that's sort of, people look at it and go, holy hell, you know, that's pretty cool the way you've done that, eh? And then we go uphill by 4 metres, what's 13 feet, to help you slow down.
2018's calendar is looking pretty busy, but this weekend's racing had a heavy dose of nostalgia influence, with hot rod and muscle car classes, Dragstalgia comp, and the popular Front Engine Dragster or FED challenge.
Yeah, well, the Dragstalgia thing is just for the older hot rods and classic cars and stuff like that. I think some of the people are sort of reminiscing. It's a little bit easier to get into some of the cars and still have a lot of fun. And then we chuck in the Fed Challenge too, and there's a big following of Fed Challenges. I think we've got about 11 here this weekend. Nowhere else in the country that have that many. So there's more and more of them coming in from overseas. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Right, thanks to Niedercar, we're back to Masterton Motorplex's Dragstalgia now. A wild crosswind and a few showers kept the popular FED challenge off track till the Sunday. Amongst the lineup, the Angry As Dragster, jointly piloted by Aaron Brattle and Pauline Lane.
It's running a 502 big block Chevy with a Crower stack injection fueled by methanol. We're relatively new to the drag racing scene. This is our 4th season, and so far to date I've run a best of a 766 at 169 miles an hour. Pauline's not too far behind me.
7.81 seconds at 168 miles an hour. My mile an hour PB is actually 169. I pretty much took to it like a duck to water. You know, I just wonder sometimes why it took me so long to actually give it a go. But yeah, this is our 4th season, and I'm getting better and better each time. I'm getting more confidence. So yeah, I love it. It's just such a cool sport. It's in the blood.
It's a common saying, but in Pauline's case, it might just be true. Her father, Colin Shady Lane, was a well-known and long-time stalwart of New Zealand hot rodding and drag racing, piloting an FED himself, as well as cars like Tom Slick, this Model T racer that's resurfaced of late in the hands of Scott Campbell, Brian Matthews and Andrew Gate, sharing the spanner and wheel duties.
My dad passed away in 2013, so I just thought life's too short. Sometimes I do wish he was still here to see me, but it's never too late to follow your dream, and so that's why, you know, we just thought, let's get a car and give it a go and see what happens. We've done really well in the past 3 seasons. We've changed our class to comp this season. The last 3 seasons we were modified, and already we've come second in our first competition. So yeah, we're doing quite well for, you know, learners.
Although they're starting to feel right at home with a few years now under their belts, what's amazing and just a little bit crazy about this story is that neither Pauline or Aaron had run a single pass before strapping themselves into the FED.
It's nerve-wracking to say the least, you know, butterflies in the stomach, and yeah, it was pretty scary. I mean, we towed out, and as we got round the corner to do my first pass ever, looking down the dragster thinking, what am I doing, you know? But no, it went well, and we had a few out of control runs, but I think that's helped us learn the car. And these front engine drags, you got to drive them, you know. They're not a straightforward car. They want to lurch and jump and rock all over the place. So yeah, it's a really cool ride.
Yeah, I've had a couple of moments where it's given me a bit of a fright and thought, what on earth have I got myself into? But you know, it comes with practice and more seat time. You get more confident, and you learn more about the car. And then you get the feel for it when you're sitting in it and racing. You can feel when something, you know, almost is going to happen, and you think, you know, take your foot out of it.
The nostalgia thing's really taken off worldwide, especially in the States. It's huge, and we're slowly getting that way over here too. You know, we've got a good class of front engine dragsters here today. Yeah, there's more and more front engine stuff coming out, and as well as nostalgia drag cars, you know, like the gases and things like that. And it's, you know, that's to me, front engine drag racing. That's where it's at. That's where it all began, and that's where it's got to go.
And for Masterton Motorplex, with Dragstalgia and more recently the Auckland Invasion meet done and dusted for 2018, it's all hands on deck for the big one, the 50th New Zealand Nationals in mid-March. It's been 20 years getting to this point, and there's no denying it's a track with huge community support behind it. It'll only get better too as it cements its place as a true world-class quarter mile.
Well, we're still under building here, and at the moment you can see on the track there's no timing boards down the end for the public and for the racers to view easily. And why I say view easily, when you're out here there's a lot of noise, so it's hard to hear the PA system, but we hopefully are going to have them for the very last meeting of the season, so it's work in progress all the time. Every bit of money what we make in this facility goes straight back into it, because hey, we are an organisation what is a non-profit, so yeah. You just got to look around in the pits and see, you know, how many families and stuff are here. And like for me personally, I've got my wife here, I've got 2 daughters here, I've got grandkids here, and they're all behind it, getting in, doing their jobs. And we're only one group, you know, there's a whole pile of those people out there what are doing that, so they just keep coming back and coming back.